Hager, who both served as presidents of the United States. That has to mess with your head just a little. But luckily, these two had each other to help figure things out. Please welcome the co-authors of the new book, Sisters First, Jenna Hager and Barbara Bush.
Oh, and I body double.
I know, and people wonder on social media about why we call each other body double. Yes. People think that Jenna and I look alike on air, so when we worked at the same place, they could never tell us apart.
Which we liked. I mean,
which we love.
Who doesn't want to look like Sarah?
I was honored to be the body double. Sorry, twin, no threat there.
I take it.
But we want to see, first of all, this book, I am a friend. I go back with Jenna a little bit. I learned so much about you guys in this book. It's a love story not only to each other, which was your intention, but I think it's a love story for families and how you can disagree and you can still like choose each other first, like your parents, your grandparents. A lot of crying, but also a lot of laughing in this book. But we want to start by seeing if you can give us some DC inside scoop. Yes. Now, Jenna, you didn't know the answer to this earlier in the week because I asked you.
Yes.
But last weekend, while President Clinton was speaking at the hurricane fundraiser, your dad was standing behind him and whispered something that made President Obama lose it.
The thing is with my dad, I'm always like, Dad, do not go viral. You know? And he's like, what does viral mean? And I'm like, for example, do not put the poncho over your head. He just can't help himself. We do know.
We know what he said.
What did he say? I hate to say we know because
we know,
but we can't talk about it.
Oh no!
Wait, but is it as funny as it looks?
We'll tell you when we're off the air.
Is it? Oh my God!
Is it racy?
Funny?
Yes, it must
not
be a little racy.
No, it's
First
not
of all,
racy.
I love that poncho moment. Just FYI,
it's my favorite meme.
I don't know. I thought it was so endearing. I don't know.
You can look it up.
I think he really wrestled with that.
It was a long.
I don't know who won it.
But by the way, I was like, Dad, you know, it's the inauguration. People will be watching you. Just don't do anything.
Yeah.
And he couldn't help himself.
I love that. He was the president, and the daughter's like, "Come on, Dad, don't embarrass him."
Well, talking about your father, he hasn't really spoken out that much since he left office, but last week we did see him return to politics to talk about the current state of the country, and I just thought it was incredible, an incredible moment. It really was.
To see him again.
Yeah, it was an incredible moment, and he was so strong. Why do you think he chose to do it at this time?
Well, he has been purposefully out of the media and really has not spoken about any politics in our country, but he was given the chance to give a speech then, and everything he said is not anything that he didn't say when he was president, which is pretty interesting. He's very values-driven. He's very much knows who he is, which has been lucky because we know who he is. But what's interesting is everything he said now seemed different because it's such a different time and a different context in which he said it.
Yes.
So we were really proud of him, but not surprised at all because that's how we've always known him. He's just steady. He's steady as can be, even though he's spunky.
Steady and spunky.
Steady as a rock. So steady that I wake up to a text message from him every single morning at the same exact time.
Oh, wow.
I write this
by the way,
book.
I don't. I'm like, does that say something about me? Just kidding.
No, it just says that he's a steady little rock, and he started because I was broken-hearted once.
Oh.
And he would call me every day to check on me, and then he just never stopped reaching out every day. So that's the sweetest, the cutest.
That. One of the interesting things to watch is this sort of renewed love for your father. Even Joy says she misses him on the show.
She says it on air and off air.
Coming to an end.
But is that strange for you? Because I know it's strange for me to have people be sort of nostalgic for different kind of Republicans. Is it weird for you?
Well, first of all, our dad admires your father so much, so I'd be remiss if I didn't. And we admire your dad. We've spent some time with him over the years, and he's hilarious.
Thank you. And your grandmother is a true American treasure. She's so wonderful. The times I've spent with her, I think people don't see how funny, charming she is.
And you can't get on her bad side because then she'll be the enforcer.
She's lovely to me.
Good. She, but no, I mean, it doesn't surprise us because, as Barbara just said, it's who we've always known he is. But it feels good, of course.
Yeah. Well. does, I'm sure. Now, because you're part of the Bush dynasty, you know, you've had a grandfather and a father in the White House, people think that they know you, they feel that they know you, especially you, Jenna, because you're on television every day. What do people say when they actually meet you? Because people will say to me, you know, you're so much thinner in person.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, thank you so much for
That's
that.
not a compliment.
No, it's not.
I hear that too. Well, people will say to us, like, y'all are so normal. And that feels like a compliment. But it's also like, aren't we exceptional?
Yeah, we're like, we're incredible. That's kind of what we want to hear. But of course we're normal, and we write a lot about this in Sisters First too.
Yeah.
Our mom's parents live in Midland, Texas, and y'all, no one here probably has ever heard their name. And while on the flip side, our dad's family has an airport named after them. And so we grew up in Texas with just an extremely normal life, and that was our life. And then our dad ran for president when we were in college. So it's kind of two different lives.
It was the before and after.
By the way, this picture kills me because I feel your pain.
Right?
I also was dressed up in American flag crap my entire life, and it's really embarrassing as an adult. At least I
That picture
find
was
it.
actually on Awkward Family Photos. Because it's awkward.
Jenna, you guys talk a lot about the different sides of your family, but one thing I found interesting is you talk a little bit about sometimes the distance you had with your mom as twins.
Well, we write about how mother-daughter relationships can be complicated. I mean,
Always are.
And we adore our mom. But as a little girl, I was a tomboy, and so I think my dad understood, and I think I have my dad's sense of humor a little bit. So he got me a little bit more. But my mom was an only child. The infertility is run on our maternal side for 3 generations at least, and so I feel lucky to have 2 little girls.
Adorable little girls.
Makes me want to cry. But so our mom, the inverse, the opposite of being an only child, is to have twins who just are together all the time, and we always made each other feel like enough, but we also gave each other permission to act
like a nut.
Naughty.
And she kind of always wanted a sibling.
Oh, she did. And she loves having twins. She felt like there was something really beautiful of each of my parents having one child to hold.
Although you've been the private twin, right?
The elusive Bush
elusive twin. Is there something really embarrassing about her that you would tell us about?
Well, I mean, now's the moment.
Well, there's nothing that embarrassing to tell about you.
No dirt?
Not that I can think of yet, although she did just sweat a little bit.
Thank you.
I was a little hot.
The fabric doesn't hold up well.
But you blow-dried it and took care of it.
I blow-dried it 5 minutes ago in the back.
And see, without a twin, these stories would never be told.
And that's perhaps why I'm more brave.
I did try to set her up with Prince Harry.
Everybody knows this.
On television. And
she did. I had a boyfriend. It didn't go over well.
But I also understand there's a maxi pad story for going with embarrassing stories.
Her, luckily.
Yeah, my cousin told us. My cousin told me that was a sweat absorption product, which, as we know, they're not. I walked down at 5 years old, and my grandfather was having a steak dinner.
She walked
with
down
the head of China.
Like this, with the head of China, like this, with the maxi pads, which Barbara could have used today.
I mean, had they worked, I would have been sitting backstage with them on right now.
Don't try it at home. A huge thank you to both of you guys. You're lovely. This book is so amazing. The book is called Sisters First, and members of the audience are going home with a copy. We will be right back.